Something I really enjoy about Reincarnated as an aristocrat is how well it gets the idea of war. And the thing is you can't just go in with a fool's hope, right? Like that would be ours being an immature lord who thinks he knows better than those who have experienced countless battles. But the thing about hopeless or helpless situations is it's all about inspiration. If people can believe in something that, despite staring at impossible odds, they still have the will to fight like they're on the winning side. And when I think of my favorite games and movies and shows, I think of stuff where, like, characters are holding back something and they ain't gonna win. Realistically, there's no way to win, yet characters are fighting like they're the ones pushing them back. One of my favorite points in anything I've ever seen, I think it was in the Two Towers, Lord of the Rings, where before Gandalf, comes in with the reinforcements, Aragorn and everyone's just like, they go in, they're just pushing them back. There's no way a few people can really push them all back forever, but that inspiration and just, it gets people more motivated. Watching ours do exactly that. Ours is young and inexperienced. No one's going to deny that. But at the same time, at a moment where most would have signaled the reinforcements, right? Because at that point it was looking like they were done. The fact that ours could say, as long as one person is still believing in us, we're going to push through. And maybe had Lord Lupa not come with reinforcements like he did, which is a big dick move, things might have turned out different. But it's the way he's inspiring. Like, of course they go in with a game plan, but reality's a lot different. It's easy to say, like, here's our 10-step plan for war. By the first step, you might have to toss the entire plan out the window because the enemy threw something you didn't predict. So to see how they're using inspiration, which is a pretty common thread of how they've handled things throughout multiple battles, is really well done. Of course, I have full live reactions over on Patreon if you want to see my full and good thought to any of this aristocrat greatness over there exclusively. So this is easily my favorite arc out of the 19 episodes we've seen so far. We, 3 episodes back had the 2,000 versus 10,000. Now we got a 5,000 versus 10,000. And ultimately, the big thing was we needed to get them in the open field versus what they would most likely do, which is just wait them out throughout the winter because they would be screwed. Very clever way with how they ended up doing that, but the people we're going up against are psychopaths. Like, the dude in question, the big dog controlling the operation, cut his own father's head off with a smile on his face, got knighted, lord status, and just... It's interesting because, like, there is gore to this show, and sometimes there are these dramatic moments, but I love how it's like, we haven't seen a lot of that, and then this man comes in and is just stabbing in the throat, slicing, dicing, and they're doing a pretty brutal job, all things considered. The thing I really like, though, is that ours as a person basically gave this, the ultimatum was, hey, like, if we come out of this one alive, we rescue your wife and unborn kid, join our side, fight with us. But should we lose, just stay where you are, because ultimately don't throw your life away. You have a family up, like, it's understandable what you're doing and why you're doing it. So until we are guaranteed the victory, stay here because you don't want to be on the enemy side if or when we lose. And the fact that even with that said, he came to his aid. Yeah, he did get stabbed in the lower back, but I mean, or not stabbed, shot by an arrow, but still, the fact that he believes in what is just a kid. Like, what I do appreciate about the show as well is how sometimes when people interact with ours for the first time, they're just like, who the hell's this kid? Like, the leader of the mercenaries, badass character. I'm a sucker for those types of hardened badasses who show little emotion or have little respect for their peers. The fact that he's like, whose kid is this, basically? At the end of the day, ours is a child. He is, right? So the idea, whether it's when Curran brings him in for the first time and all the other lords are like, why would we listen to some child? Or in this case, it's pretty much just like random bandits being like, why would we listen to you? You're not our boss, right? I appreciate that they're not ignorant to the fact that just because it's RMC doesn't mean the world should just be like, oh, a child. I'm sure this is a military genius. No. But as more and more people see what ours and his key members and his kind of familia are able to accomplish, yeah, it inspires a lot of confidence. And Reed's coming in, and he's going up against someone that, per Ars's words, is on par with Reed's. Now, does that mean he can't win? No, but Reed's going up against someone who is roughly on par, and the soldiers backing him are also mad talented. Reeds by himself probably can't win, but with a group effort, maybe. I mean, at the end of the day, did Reeds and his people push back 10,000 with a couple thousand? Yes, so the inspiration's there. Ours is still alive. We got some moral support reinforcements, which really just sparked the confidence that this might go in our favor. But unfortunately, like I said near the beginning of this video, you can have a 10-step plan, and it could go up in smoke by step 1. They got kind of 3 or 4 steps in, but yeah, like, they already know that the hostages are removed, and Preggers is probably not getting down that ladder in time. I understand why she let other people, but at the end of the day, she's fat. There's no other way to put it. She can't move the same way as the others, so if she would have went first, it doesn't matter if a bunch of guards barge in there. 3 healthy women could just jump down that. A pregnant woman can't really do that without potentially killing the baby. So I get why she did it. It's respectful, but it's dumb as shit, man, because she gonna get caught. Lucky we got Fam on our side, and Fam's probably the most valuable character in this entire show, which I don't even think is up for debate. Literally stopped them from all getting killed by the bombs. They didn't even know the bombs were still a thing, so most valuable player for that. And continuously breaks in and just gets us intel and people like it's the easiest shit. It's not going according to plan, and I think that makes it way more enjoyable for the viewer because it makes it feel like war is actually realistic in this show, because just because they have these talented people or minds, Impossible Lodge should feel impossible, and if they manage to get a W, you don't look at it as, oh, the author wrote it because they had to, but rather, no, inspired confidence, the soldiers' morale never dipped below a certain point, the reinforcements we got a nice little turning of the tides, but most importantly, we are working with some of the best in the entire kingdom. That also gives a slight edge. It's like a 1% chance of victory realistically what they're doing, but they're pulling it off magnificently. Fantastic. Wife probably lives, but I wouldn't be surprised if the dad doesn't make it. I hope he does, because I like his character, and him pledging allegiance to ours just made my heart flutter, and I hope he lives, but someone's definitely dying that's on a bigger side, I feel, but we'll see. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on this week's episode of Reincarnated as an Aristocrat down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course, ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got Match, Mate, Danbro77, Carl Stefan Berndal, Atziel, I don't even know if I should read this one, 1072 7632, brilliant name, and Lieben. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you'll have a good one.